Hello, once again, everybody, to 60 Minutes to Lose. Today, we're playing Xenophobe, about all the people who don't want other people in their country. Oh, it's actually about aliens, literal space aliens. Developed and published by Sunsoft. I don't know what this game is all about, but let's see, we can choose between Dr. Quack, Mr. Fogg, or Dr. Zoror's 20 row one. What kind of name is that? We're clearly going to choose Dr. Quack. You'd have to be an idiot to not pick Dr. Quack. So, from what I know, this was an arcade game which was known for being perpetually split screen, even if it was just one person playing. And they adapted that quite effectively as well to the NES, as you can see right here. There is still split screen, even if we are just one player. We have to kill the aliens, which I am so far doing a very, very poor job of doing. I don't know if it'll, okay, you can't really shoot downwards. Oh, we have found something, it looks like. It's health. Perfect. I can use health. I'm gonna get away from that because those appear to be very, very difficult. Now, I don't really know what the whole gameplay gimmick of this game is, but I assume it's going to be the kind of thing where you got to run around and you know, kill aliens and find better weapons. At least I hope you find better weapons. Oh yeah, right there, right there. That's already a better weapon. Look at that. At least it has a much higher, look, we killed an alien. A much higher rate of fire. I feel like I can actually do something now. Oh, missed something on the ground. Which feels a little bit weak of me. A knife. What do you got for me? Is it just points? Oh, that's not a thing on the ground. That's just a little alien. But I don't think there's any way we can really fight it properly. Does select do anything? Doesn't appear so. So, right immediately, it does feel a little bit behind the times, which makes sense. It's an older arcade game, in that you cannot aim your gun, really. You know, you can... Like, anything that's on the ground, we can't really get. We can't crouch, so that doesn't help us. We can't aim up, so that also does not help us. I'm just glad I have a turbo button, and I will abuse it. Now, I did hear, and maybe this was just in the arcade version, but that it would kind of tell you where the aliens that you're missing are. I don't really... Well, not that it would tell you that where they are, but rather just be like, hey, you are in fact missing some aliens. But I don't know if that's the case or not. Obviously, that number below our health, that is player 2's health, but player 2 does not exist, so... You know, for now, don't worry about it. That's the weapon we already have. I'd love to get rid of this slime, but I don't know if it's going to be possible. Are there any weapons that, like, allow you to aim up? I doubt it. Again, this strikes me as being predominantly a simple game. And that's all it had to be when it came out, you know? Okay, yep, that does in fact hurt us, unless... Was that the... Yeah, that was the barrier. Well, I should have known. We can't, like, go up there. I thought that maybe that was a... Sorry, pardon me. Had to kill that thing. I was wondering if perhaps that was a hallway that we could travel up into, but that appears to not be the case. We are amassing a score. Oh, no, no, no. Get off me. You terrible little parasite. Don't want to lose too much health here, you know? It's going to make me feel like an idiot. Back up to 1,000, though, so we can remain confident. There's probably a time limit to this game, right? Kind of like a hidden fail state that I'm not aware of. But yes, I assure you, start does nothing, select does nothing, so it's not like I'm missing out on any functions, to my knowledge. And obviously this isn't going to be one of those tricky games where it's like, ooh, you need the second controller to do stuff, because the game is very hugely based around the fact that, hey, it's split screen. You can do 2 players, man. Cool stuff, right? Ooh, what's this? Oh! Base cleared of Xenos. Or Xenos, whatever you want to call them. Simple as that. Basically, shoot aliens until they drop an orb. Perfect. 3,300 points awarded. We get a nice sizable health bonus. At least a passable one. As well as valuable hardware that we have recovered. Look at the points rolling. That's like 1,000 points a pop there per piece of valuable hardware. Very much worth it. So that's clearly not a knife. It's just, again, generic valuable hardware. How exciting. Alright. Next place. Let's clear more aliens out. So, you know, I wouldn't call it the most dynamic of video game experiences. Oh, I do have to find the better gun again. Interesting. You can be in like a lowered state if you're knocked over, but you can't just duck. No pun intended on the duck, you know. We are Dr. Quack, but you don't gotta make jokes about it. Don't be rude. I just want the goods. And I want the parasite. Oh, there are multiple parasites. Let's move on. Give me the upgraded gun, please. That strikes me as being something that I could make good use out of. Please die. Thank you. The cup of coffee is not quite what I'm looking for. Neither is this little cherry bomb. Or at least it looks like a cherry bomb, you know? Could be anything. It's the NES. All the graphics are up for interpretation. Still have not found an upgraded gun. Which, you know, it's a mild annoyance for sure. But only mild. Ah, I hate the pushback, man. That's some peek, leave me alone kind of stuff there. Just let me kill this turret. Thank you. That's all I really wanted. Well, now, all I really want is gun. Is that gun? It looks like gun. Let's go look at that. We got ourselves a little zapper. Little zapper action. Didn't see that last time. Do we need like a key or something to get through here? Well, I can't go there either way. At least not yet. So may as well just, you know, go the other direction. See what we can find. And enjoy the pickups. So far, it's striking me as a remarkably easy game. I haven't really had any issues so far. Health pickups seem to be shockingly common. Nice. Got so close to him that our bullets didn't even make a sound. Look at that. We got 2,000 health. We are going well beyond the 8-ball here. What does that saying even mean? I mean, I know that 8-balls like predict your future and all, but does that mean that you're exceeding the greatest expectations? Is that what that phrase is supposed to mean. It makes sense, you know? Yeah, once you get a single gun upgrade, the world's your oyster in this game. Until the next level when you lose it, but, you know, you can deal with it in the short term. Ah, here we go. So this is the other side that I was supposed to be on. Wait, did I just figure out a way to duck? I feel like I just, like, ducked. You can duck. You have to hit down, though. Oh, that's really weird. You see what I'm doing on the controller tracker there? Like, it's not just down, it's down and then A. Okay, well, at least now I know. You can, in fact, duck. It's just the weirdest implementation of a duck I've seen. I apologize, Dr. Quack. I'm not trying to make you the running joke of this here. But you're so easy, you know? We'll say Dr. Quack is the greatest character in NES history. It's not even really like... Oh, good. It means I can kill the parasites. Not even really NES history, you know? I mean, this was its own standalone arcade game before the NES rolled around. Or did it come out kind of during the NES's life cycle as an arcade game? I guess I don't know. I've only got the NES arcade game. Look at that! Next level. Now that we know how to crouch and kill parasites, that makes things much easier. And my biggest problem with the game is already gone. Base cleared of Xenos. Yeah. Now the question is, how much more is this game enhanced with the inclusion of a second player? Like, how essential is that to the overarching experience? Because I frequently see people talk about games and they're like, oh, such and such game is okay, but it's great with friends. It's like, alright, every game is great with friends, though, assuming you got good friends. Come on, Candyland is great with friends, and it's the most non-game that has ever been created. Seriously, to call Candyland a game is almost an insult to board games. It's like, ooh, draw the card and see what color you'll go to, engage in gameplay. I know. You're probably saying, now you're picking on Candyland, of all things? I'm taking more damage this stage, I think. Either that, or I'm just getting hit more often by these two enemies. That could be it. Maybe they're doing the exact same amount of damage. But I'm just not dealing with them. Hey, good. Immediate gun. Not as good as the little zap ray gun thing, but we'll take any kind of improvement, you know? Ouch. Oops. Don't jump me. Ah! No, this is incredibly basic, but it's incredibly functional. I can kill the blobs because I know how to duck. And you know how I say, when it comes to the NES, there comes a level where functional is really all I ask for. I'm like, I can play the game and not fight it the entire time. Great success. We have gotten to that final digit on the scoreboard as well. Look at that. Whoops, that was not as I had planned it. There we go. That was a little better, a little healthier. Nice. Would prefer a health drop, though. I mean, I'm not low, but lower than I'd like to be. I'm under the 2,000 threshold. That's how you know I've spoiled myself. Oh no, I don't have double the starting health? Bad. That does get annoying. But, you know, what can you really do about it? Besides play better. But that's not an option. I was born for mediocrity. Uh-oh. Sir. I shouldn't have scratched my wrist there. I was all like, look at the scratch of the wrist, and they showed me what for. Dude, well, okay, that's the end. Yeah, so you really just run back and forth until you have killed enough Xenos. It truly is simplicity refined. I shouldn't say stuff like I can't wait for 3D games and stuff like that because, you know, if I survey like every system on this channel, it'll literally take like over a decade to even get to anything like that. Level over. And you could say like, oh, you can skip over something to do with later systems. No! Absolutely not. We must do full chronological order. Well, not like purely chronological order. I mean, obviously we're going to start the Genesis way before we ever start the Super Nintendo. By all means, we'll probably be into like the Sega Saturn halfway through the Super Nintendo, just because the Saturn libraries are so much smaller than the Nintendo libraries. Here's my overarching grand plan, and this is just assuming that I can keep going for this long. Nintendo home consoles in chronological order. So NES, Super Nintendo, yes, the Virtual Boy, Nintendo 64, GameCube, and probably stop there. Maybe if I want to get like a Mayflash Wiimote sensor, maybe even the Wii. Who knows? I don't really have that planned. And then once wrapped all those up, then go into the Nintendo handhelds, do the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, and the Nintendo DS, which of course, emulating a DS, you know, you gotta click the touchscreen instead of actually using a touchscreen, but you know, I can make compromises for the sake of content. If you can't, well then you're gonna have a rough go at it, making content. Oh boy, I picked up the same gun I started with. That's kind of a goofy little prank there that the game decided to invoke on me. And then on the other side of things, you know, just doing the Nintendo libraries alone will seriously take like 30 years. So that's enough. But then on the other side of things, what would also take 30 years is going through all of Sega. You do the Master System, then the Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast. And then once that's over, you do the Game Gear. And then by then, you're not even close to being done with Nintendo, so what do? Sony. Do the PS1, PS2, and PSP. And, you know, maybe in like 30 years when we're at that point, PlayStation 3 emulation will be where it needs to be. And everything will be well and truly full-blown abandonware, and it'll all be golden. Maybe if I'm feeling super sneaky in between like Sega and Sony, do like a TurboGrafx 16 series or something like that. But again, these are so far down the planning pipeline that it's almost not even worth talking about. I just think it's fun because I just like to talk about it because it motivates me to keep doing it, you know? I'm like, I want to see that stuff, so don't slow down. You already slowed down for several months. Don't do it again, man. Keep going so you can see those other libraries. Not that I'm not enjoying the NES and the Master System, but let's be real. Nostalgia aside, video games definitely hit a bigger stride in later generations when they figured out all the rules for how to make them. Obviously, 3D games took a little while to perfect. You know, like Super Mario 64 was like, hey, I instantly got this. But then you had your Bubsy 3Ds of the world. Actually, Bubsy 3D came out before Super Mario 64, which is a little bit of an explanation as to why it was such a nightmare, because, again, the rules hadn't really been written yet. The Bubsy 3D team was literally trying to make something from nothing. Like, there was nothing to go off of. As such, they got everything wrong, but God bless them, they tried. If you don't know anything about Bubsy 3D, stick around for 25 years or so, and we'll get there eventually. Is there any way to destroy these barriers? I would love that knife, but I can't take it, unfortunately. Like, am I missing something with the barriers? Probably not, right? probably just something there to tell you, hey, you can't move on. It was like something that separates the two players. Nice, 200 hit points in one go there. I accept it. But yeah, it's been my other ongoing project here, and it's a good thing that I have like 25 years to do it. Is getting a proper chronological order of the Game Boy Advance. For some reason, every other system on Wikipedia, their games lists are like meticulously documented. Not the Game Boy Advance. They have like the release years, and even then, half of those are wrong. And that's it. So I'm like, that just won't do. Need to be a little more high quality than that, you know. Need to give people an actual chronological representation. You can't just be like, yeah, okay, episode 180, here's Castlevania Circle of the Moon. It was a launch title, but you know, it took us a while to get to it. No, that's just unacceptable, you know. I should probably move on because they're not spawning anything anymore. By the way, that's also going to be like the absolute king of the shovelware is the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Color actually has really bad amounts of garbage bargain titles. Mostly all just licensed trash. So that's going to be rough. But hey, again, there's kind of a reason why I'm leaving the handhelds in their own like separate chronology, because I don't want to finish the NES and then go straight into the Game Boy and be like, it's an even lower technology level. We'll do the big boys first, because everyone's going to care about the Super Nintendo more than they'll care about the Game Boy anyway, you know? And if I'm still doing this in 30 years, well, hey, chances are you're not watching it anymore anyway. But no, it's again, it's nothing that will even happen in the remotely near future. But hey, talking about it keeps my drive up. I get to think of, ooh, look at all the possibilities that the future holds. We're doing great in this game, by the way. Not to say it's a particularly difficult game, and we do have a turbo button, which I'm sure helps matters quite a bit. Which I will again reiterate. There were official branded Nintendo controllers with turbo buttons. So nobody's tried to call me out on it yet, but in case anybody thinks they're going to get snarky and try to call it cheating, nuh-uh, man. Nintendo themselves acknowledged it as being a valid method of control. Well, not going that way. You don't know which licensed product that was? Look it up, man. The NES Advantage. So I now feel pretty strongly like I'm missing something here, because I don't see any reason why I would be have just like nowhere to go. It's gotta give me more than just 2 rooms, right? But I know pretty much the extent of the controls, and it's not a lot. Right. Sorry, thinking internally. I do that sometimes. It's just total silence. Can I, like, jump through it? No. And I can't shoot it. There's no, like, switches to hit. Yeah, kind of. Wait, did I just, like, throw a bomb or something? Hold on. What was that? I did throw a bomb. Can I, like, bomb open the door over here? Have I just been, like, missing crucial parts of this game? It wouldn't be the first time it's happened, you know, so don't don't think it's so crazy. I know what you're saying. Oh, don't worry, none of us are. Nope, that does not bomb the door open. It just kind of causes mass mayhem in the room I'm in. Jesus, get me out of here. Okay, okay, we're out of there. We're out of there. Gasoline. Get out of my life, man. Oh, can I really make something happen just being in these few rooms? I'd wait for him to get closer so I could pick up whatever he was putting down, you know? Yeah, I'm getting a little confused at this stage in the game. I don't know exactly what I should be doing here. Okay, well, very good. Unless... No. I had a brief idea, but the geometry of this room does not give me any basis to believe that the idea is correct. I'm just wondering, hey, what if I do this specific input in an area where it looks like I can go up or down, but I'm like, hey, you don't even have the opportunity here. So I'm bleeding health, which is not ideal. By the way, I should have pointed this out at the very start of the episode. I like the blatant ripoff of H.R. Geiger's Aliens in the cover art. It's just swell. Alright, we bombed it. What? But I can't get through here. I'm trying many different combinations of buttons, believe you me. You know what? Give me 1 minute. I'm going to look at a manual again, because I'm just that kind of guy. This will only take a second. Not a lot of information there, to be honest. But I did learn potentially something. Dude, quit following me everywhere. Die Xeno. I'm going to try something here. Is this an elevator button? It is! Dude, I could have been doing that the whole time. Or it's just at least a room button. Oh, was that it? Did I somehow win the game? Okay, I guess I did. Not the game, but that round. Okay, so yeah, those are buttons. You just have to press A by them. It's that simple. I'm surprised I didn't accidentally hit one up until that point, honestly. Water. That's needed. I'm just going with the classic water today, you know? Nothing fancy, no artificial sweeteners. Just me and a giant bottle of water. It does indeed take a while to get to another level. But, suffering from success, am I right? Just, too many riches. The parasites are actually called critters. That's their actual name in the manual. I'm going to continue to call them parasites, though, because it's a more amusing name. Alright. Where are we going next? To this place. Beautiful. I'm praying for an early gun. Oh, the classic turrets. I didn't see like any in the last level because, you know, I kept running around between the same two rooms that I couldn't do anything in. Yeah. Let's start reaccumulating some health. We're outside! How are we breathing? Dr. Quack. can breathe in the vacuum of space. Everybody else dies instantly. Meaning you should have... Hope you picked Dr. Quack, you know? No, none of that's true. I'm making it all up. It's a gag, man. Look it up. Big thank you to anybody who is watching Xenophobe right now at this particular part of the timestamp. If you watched it at a part that is not at this timestamp, well then I clearly do not thank you, because I only chose to say it here. So everybody else, suck eggs. I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs. What a bizarre show Ren and Stimpy was. Not a good room. Call this a wholly negative room. Anytime that you got a big ol' laser barrier going on, you'd prefer to just kind of leave. Yeah, how about I ignore you, take the 200 hit points, and leave. I was hoping to, it left the building, man. That specific alien decided he had enough. It's okay, it's another 200 hit points. We're fine. Yes. Give me your floppy disks, and I will sell them to the nearest pawn shop. And then they will buy it and be very, very worried about what the contents are. Probably adult duck videos. I don't mean anything gross by that. I just mean like literal grown-up ducks doing grown-up things like paying their taxes and filing an insurance claim. Brings me back to a great moment in my job when one of my coworkers, we have a duck pond outside of the building that I no longer work in because now I work from home forever. Hey, yo. But there was a duck pond out there, and I was eating lunch in the cafeteria with everybody, and two ducks were doing the dirty. They were like straight up mating out there, and one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, I was like, look at the ducks playing." Totally in earnest. He didn't think anything else of it. He was just like, "Oh, look at them. They're having fun out there." And we were all like, "Ben, it's not what you think is going on, man." He was like, "What? No, it can't be that." So he literally looked it up on his cafeteria. It was like ducks mating on like YouTube, and he was like, "Wait, why am I searching this? Why am I searching this on my phone?" We're like, you didn't believe us, man. It sounds like it's all your own fault. But no, we always brought up every time we saw the ducks playing to him, and he was, he took it well. It was a good, amusing thing. Anyway, if they were to show Dr. Quack doing that in this game, I'm sure they would have to deal with the consequences of having a lot of censorship, The good old duck dance wasn't quite as highly accepted back in 1988. We're in 88, right? Yeah, we're still in 88. Don't worry. Don't confuse yourself anymore, man. 89 is next year. I don't even know what year I currently live in the real world. Everything is a slave to NES time. Look at this. Yeah, this is scooch across the ground. This accursed building, yet again. It appears that things are going very horrifically wrong. I hope I'm not, like, running out of time. No, I guess they're like, congratulations, you're out. You're done. Base cleared of Xenos. Haven't been finding the mystery object lately, which means fewer points overall, but no, you know. As long as I can make it alive. Points per 0, 0, 0. Well, at least we get valuable hardware recovered. But man, why so few points? I mean, I haven't been getting any gun upgrades lately, so that can't help. Did I hit a time limit or something? And they're just like, yeah, you're mostly done. We'll call that good. Couldn't say. 1 second, I have to check something. Sorry about that. Just a very, very brief pause there. Checked on a message. My dad messaging me, absolutely giddy that they're finally getting fiber optic internet up where they live, and he lives like legitimately out in the middle of nowhere. It's a 5-minute walk to Canada from where my dad lives, so this is like a huge deal. They've just had like the most garbage internet. I don't even know what they've had. It's not satellite, but it's like the worst DSL imaginable or something like that. Yo, I remember back when DSL, that was like the new thing. It was like, he's got DSL internet, and you're like, what? Now it's like, DSL? Get with the times, Grandpa. So yeah, he'll finally be able to play Team Fortress 2 again, no doubt. That's how you know it's a boomer game. No, Team Fortress 2, you know, that was one of the first games I ever had on Steam, along with the rest of the Orange Box. I bought the retail copy of the Orange Box because we, oh, gun. Give me gun. Yes. Bought the retail boxed copy of the Orange Box because, you know, we even when we lived in town, we didn't have good internet. It was pretty slow. Again, DSL. Like, good enough to, like, play games with a reasonable amount of ping. You didn't get too much lag on it. But when it came to actually downloading something, it's like, alright, well, started on a Monday, it might be done by Wednesday. And that was, you know, again, back when games weren't even as big as they are now. If I had to download something like Titanfall back in the day, with all the uncompressed audio and just metric tons of megabytes and gigabytes. Oh, I said megabytes, that's nothing. No, that would have taken years. I don't think literal years, but it would have taken a long time. And boy, am I glad I live in an area with cable. I'm not going to pretend that I enjoy Comcast as a company, but, you know, I get the speeds I want. I'm not subject to the whims of whatever slow local ISP you have. Okay, well. Getting out of that screen before things turn way worse. No, don't pick that up. That would be a terrible thing to just downgrade your gun. And the game would let you do it too, I'm sure. If I went over there and hit A. Would have said, oh, sorry, man, you said you wanted this gun. Back up to 3,000 health, by the way. Exceptional. That's got me feeling feeling better. Not like I was really in any kind of danger. But I do think I have to clear stages a little bit quicker here, because that last stage, I think I just kind of ran out of time. And it was like, congratulations, you killed them, but you did so poorly that we're not going to even give you anything for it. Not like it matters, I mean... We're 500,000 points. We're halfway up to where the top of the scoreboard will even go, which is indeed just peak flexing. Oh well, look, another one on this side. Can we crouch through it? Nope. I thought, you know, we'll try it. I was like, now that I know I can slide myself across the ground, maybe there's a way around it. Oh, that bomb. It's trapped in no man's land. Anyway. The slime. Gets you every time. Who else remembers Slime Time Live from Nickelodeon? There's the mystery object, boy! Hold on. Sorry, I keep looking at other things. I got like a bunch of people messaging me right now, and I'm trying to not let it affect the video, but at the same time, I don't want to ignore all the people, you know, who are relying on me to verbally shitpost with them. There we go. That's some actual points now. Of course, that's actually a really tiny amount of bonus points. Like, you get most of your points from the hardware bonuses, you know? If you miss out on everything else, it's kind of like, who cares? The alien points? A pathetic amount. The points... They are going up, though. Can we break the scoreboard by the end of this video? No, we don't have time. We we don't have enough actual... I didn't want to reuse the word time, but that's the only word there is. We don't have enough actual time to get a score as tremendously high as I would like to see. I don't know. This game is extremely simple and there's not much to it, but I'm kind of vibing with it at the same time. It's got that kind of Dynasty Warriors drip, you know, where you acknowledge that you're doing the same thing over and over and over and the game doesn't really change the entire time, but at the same time you're also like, yeah, man, I'm here for it. And I think that there's something to say for that. You know, when a game is just kind of blatantly simplistic, but it doesn't actually get worse for it. I think it's just a sign that you've created a rock-solid game. And you're not so worried about all the fanciness of it. You get to play as Dr. Quack. Come on. Very few games allow you to play as the classic Bubber Ducky. I'm sorry, stealing other YouTubers' bits. That's a party foul for sure. Or is it a reference? It's what you do, you know, when you do something that's not original, just say it's fine, bro. It's just a reference. Look at all the health you get for the nice little mug of milk. You get like 300 hit points just for drinking your milk. I'm pretty sure milk isn't even that good for you. You know, we were just like, hey, we're humans and we're gonna keep drinking milk postnatally, but we're also going to ensure that it's some other animal's milk, which I mean that's probably good. I think it would be notably weirder if we continued to drink human breast milk while we were, you know, aged. Now that I put that thought in your head, you can thank me later for the always stellar A+ commentary of all the stuff you never wanted to hear. Die. Thank you for dying. Thank you for the gas. Whoa, you dropped something too? Usually it's like 2 drops a screen. I was getting downright blessed with pickups there. Like, fuel me with your points. And please, give me a gun. At this point, that's all I'm really asking for. Whether it's the zapper or the rapid fire gun, either one will do it. I just want something. Dude, I like how these things do like 10 hit points of damage to me. They're nothing. The critters as well go down real quick. That's why they're called critters. It has nothing to do with anything. You know what? Let's just leave this room. I have opted to leave the room. Jump over him so that he can't charge you? Yeah. See? They only have like a one direction form of AI there. Makes him very easy to trick. And yet he still got me. It's like, all right, man. Well, good. You know what? At that point, good for the alien. I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just going to congratulate him on damaging me successfully. Although, I think it's time to leave this area. We're in the they're spawning, but you're not getting anything from it phase. No guns, huh? I don't know if it's random or if there are just like legitimately harder levels where it's like, yeah, let's just not give them anything to work with this time. Let's make them beg on their hands and knees for an upgrade. Driving through the space station, begging for the captain's family, from the captain's family through text for the location of a gun upgrade. That's kind of how it goes, you know. Classic NBA memes. I tell you what, out of all the sports fans, few fan bases have a stronger selection of inside memes than the NBA fans. Like, there's a good portion of meme formats that you'll just casually hear, and then you'll like learn way later. It's like, oh yeah, it's an NBA joke, and you're like, really? What? They know their stuff. They know how to be. They know how to be little shit posting meme lords. Not the players themselves, I'm sure. Oh, although maybe some of them. You know, I'm sure there are a couple NBA players with a strong little gag game. Hey, look, we beat the level without needing a gun upgrade. Gun upgrades? Who cares, man? One more moment. Okay. Again, just answering messages so I don't seem like I'm ignoring everybody in my life. It's difficult when you're so popular, you know. Anyway, I've been thinking about getting tattoos. But, you know, they take a lot of time and they're expensive. And that's like been the main thing holding me back from it. That, and I have ideas of what I'd like to do. Like, on one of my arms, I'd like to do kind of like a black metal Castlevania kind of thing, where, like, if you look it up, there's a black metal band called like Dark Fortress, and their band logo is really cool because they've got the actual name, and then above the name is like this actual like illustrated evil looking fortress with all these spires coming up. And I love to just get like the fortress itself like on the upper shoulder, and then like have like castle grounds leading down into a graveyard, leading down into like a crypt, leading down into like something else down here, and then on the other arm I'd like to have some like wiry mechanical cyberpunk kind of thing on the other side, like a full sleeve there, and then have like roots from the castle converge with wires on here towards the heart to have like an anatomically correct heart with some like quirks to it, like maybe make it like a partially like artificial yet anatomically like correct. I don't know. I would need some help from whatever tattoo artist I would have to figure out what that would look like. And obviously, you know, that's not something you just walk in and get. That's like, hey, that's going to take you years and all of your money to make happen. But I think it would be really, really, really cool in the end. I could like I want to find a way to like represent the things that I love in a tattoo form, but I don't just want it to be like corporate logos, because I've always thought that's kind of lame, you know. And it's like, oh, hey, I got the N64 logo on my shoulder. It's like I don't ever judge someone for having it. I'm like, hey, cool. But for me personally, I'd like to like have that essence. I want to be like, tell me that you're into gaming and black metal without telling me that you're into gaming and black metal. It's kind of what I'm going for, you know. It's like put little subtle jabs at the content throughout there, and I think it could be really, really neat. But you know, it'll take me. Oh no! I did the exact thing that I told myself not to do a couple of levels ago, and I picked up the downgrade. Well, we had to see it happen, you know. We had to confirm that it was a possibility. And lo and behold, it's very much a possibility. You can just downgrade your gun. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, you also want to keep the references subtle, especially for stuff like black metal, just because a lot of black metal bands are kind of terrible, terrible people. And, like, if Dark Fortress is not, they're good guys, which is one of the reason why they're one that I would like to kind of pick and choose to represent there. But a lot of them, it's like, even they seem good after many, many years, and then one day something comes out and it's like, oh, it turns out they're actually terrible. And you're like, God dang it, I already bought all their albums. But it's like, you gotta kind of tread ground, you know? I know, woe is me, my interests involve me enjoying the art of horrible people. Not intentionally, man, I just really think it's all neat sounding. And the same thing with like the gaming references and stuff. It's like you can find a way to represent something like Castlevania or Dark Souls or something like that in a tattoo without it being like, here, it's the name of the game or the most obvious representation of the game ever. It's like, no, make it interesting, you know? Make it so that when somebody notices, they're like, hey, that's really neat. I think that's the coolest way to do it. And then if they don't know what it is, you don't just come across as looking like a massive dweeb. What do we got here? Oh, is that just the escape? Oh no, it's brought me down to another level. Oh, cool, cool. I did read something about there being elevators in this game, and I guess that I found one. Boy, I wish I had my upgraded gun. Cause this gun just ain't doing it, you know? Yeah, that's been the main reason why I don't yet even have a single tattoo, is I've just been like, I don't know what I want to get. And everyone's like, oh, just get whatever looks cool. I'm like, nah, but see, I don't just want a bunch of random tattoos representing not a whole lot of anything. 'Cause I always think that, like, a sleeve designed to be a sleeve will always look cooler than just a sleeve of a bunch of random stuff. That's just my opinion. I know there are a lot of people who have just like sleeves of miscellaneous things, and that's cool. I'm not here to talk down your taste in tattoos or anything like that. I just know what I want. The health bonus is like almost a meaningless bonus. Yeah, this game is easy, man. We have not been having any issues here. Once I figured out you can push the buttons on the wall, you know, we had even fewer issues. And yet, I'm enjoying it. It's just, it's laid back fun. It doesn't reinvent any wheels, and it doesn't have to. It's perfectly content just being what it is. And look at this, we got over 5,000 health. Is there an actual end to the game? Or do you just keep going infinitely? We hit the 900k mark, though. That's exciting. Huh? That's pretty good. It just keeps going infinitely. Yeah, we'll see. I'd also like to, you know, get in better shape. But I talk about it and I don't actually do anything about it. Just been thinking recently, you know, it's like, what is my peak potential as a human being? What is the most that I can squeeze out of this body? Because I know I'm not hitting my full potential there. And there are a lot of people who are like, oh, but that's no fun. It's like, hey, yo, it's you don't know that. Like, maybe that's just copium. Maybe it feels much better to be in shape. Actually, I've heard many people say it absolutely does. there are people who are like, oh, but I just want to eat whatever I want all the time. It's like, yeah, but you kind of feel like shit when you eat whatever you want all the time, too. Like, even... Doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in. I don't know. The internal struggles I've been having lately, you know? The hardest part is just getting out and doing it. Because the biggest problem, it isn't even my desire to eat to eat everything. Like, there are plenty of healthy foods that I don't mind eating and stuff like that. But the problem is, you know, I don't ever want to take any time out of my my rigorous gaming schedule, and that's really what's killing me here. You know, I'm sitting on my ass all day, every day. And I know there are a lot of people who say that weight loss especially is like 90% diet, but you know it helps when you're getting on a treadmill or lifting some weights here and there too. It's just basic science. You move your body responds with happiness. And by happiness, I mean trimming itself down. So yeah, you know, I get myself in good physical shape, get the tattoos I want. I can be, you know, I can be everything I've always wanted to be. Call it the pursuit of vanity if you want, because that's exactly what it is. But I don't care. I want to look the best I can, and I want to feel the best I can. Not trying to attract a mate or anything like that. I'm happily married, but, you know, why can't I look the best I can for the person I'm already married to, right? It doesn't have to be this, hey, you're already married, now you can slack off forever. No. If anything, it should motivate me even more to look even better, you know? I don't want this to just be a bum deal. It's like, hey, yo, this is all you're getting. So yeah, you know, in an alternate reality where I am not so lazy. Oh boy, the same gun. Thank you. I hugely appreciate it. But no, if I can ever just like finally pal down and say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna find the time to do it, I'm gonna put away the time that I need to do it. It could happen. Anybody can do it. I'm not gonna become, you know, like a roided out bodybuilder or anything like that, but that's not what my plan is either. Just look how you should look at 28 years old. I'll be 29 this year, but you know, I look too much like I work an office desk job. Let's put it that way. And there's no excuse for it besides my own laziness. And I'm not trying to put myself down either. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm trash, woe is me. Yo, we haven't seen this gun in a while. This is gonna really speed things up here. Kill. Oh no, we picked it up again. I need to pay attention to what they're dropping, because that's the second time I've done that. I joked about it the first time, and then I'm like, hey, joke is reality, man. Elevate me, man. That's what they say in Star Trek. Actually, you know, people always say, beam me up, Scotty, as if they're referencing Star Trek, but not once in the entire original series did Captain Kirk say, beam me up, Scotty. That was a complete Mandela effect kind of thing going on. A sham perpetuated by the fan base. What happens? We're actually gonna go over the score limit. What do we got here? Hit me with your best shot, Xenophobe. I think, yeah, no, it literally just stops counting. Well, we spent an hour with Xenophobe and we maxed out the score. So I would call that about as successful as they come. I don't know if there's, like, more levels or anything to do in the game, but they're all kind of the same thing anyway, right? So, yeah. As far as I can say, we mastered Xenophobe, and it really didn't give me any problem at all. Again, incredibly simplistic, but that's all it had to be, you know? It was still a good, solid time. I thought it was going to be kind of a drag, but, you know, time flew. time flew. So I thank the game for that. Anyway, yeah, that's time. All it's doing is counting down more things, so there's nothing to really miss there. Yeah, passable stuff. A reasonably fun video game experience. Go figure. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed it well enough, and I'm at the point in my life where well enough is all I can ask for. Put it right there. Okay. When next we meet in this illustrious series of mine, we're starting the second third of the Sega Master System 1989 release calendar with a truly cursed video game. It is my pleasure and my sincere regret to inform you that tomorrow we will indeed be playing Alf. I'm worried. I'm really, really worried about this one because it's got a reputation for being a piece of garbage. And not only a piece of garbage, but an obtuse piece of garbage. So it's gonna be rough. But maybe it'll make for good content. Who knows? Anyway, as always, thank you so much for joining me for yet another episode of our large survey of every video game ever created or something like that. We'll catch you next time.